0. Okay, hi guys, welcome to the 43rd week of 2020. This is the result of the 22 indices, 17 countries, end of week analysis. So let's start off with NZX 50, index of New Zealand. Okay, but before that, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe and ring the notification bell for all content. We usually come up with daily videos about stock market, the Bitcoin trading, and basically everything under the sun. Uh, we come up with opportunities for make money and entrepreneurship and basically everything, as I said. All right, so proceed. Let's proceed with with the video at hand. First of all, I would like to share with you this one. This is the um, okay. So we are in day 53. Well, day 53 of our portfolio uh, challenge. But this is week 43, October 23. Look at this. All ordinaries of Australia down 0.18%. ASX 200 now at 6167. It's down 0.16%. Stocks EU down 1.44% to 3198.86. Euronext is down 1.12% to 979.97. CAC 40 of France down 0.53% to 4909.64. Meanwhile, in Germany, it's down 2.04% to 12,645.75 from 12,908.99. Oh, last October 9 it was at 13,051. It's continuing to go down. Yes. Hang Seng in Hong Kong is up 2.18%. I think majority of our markets here in Asia went up. India 1.43% up to 11,930.35. That's Nifty 50. Sensex is up 1.76% to 40,685.50. Once again, it's at the 40,000 level. Indonesia is up a bit, 0.17% to 5112.19. Meanwhile, Ireland's ISEC 20 went down by 0.41% to 1156.99. Japan's Nikkei 225 is up 0.45% to 23,516.59. Korea's KOSPI is up 0.82% to 2,360.81 week on week. Malaysia's KLCI is down. I think it's the only index that's down in Asia, from Asia. So Malaysia is down to 1,494.64 or 0.61%. New Zealand is, as we said, up 0.30% to 12,470.34. And the Philippines is the biggest mover last week. It was at 5,898.47. Many weeks suffering from lackluster performance. Now it surges up 585 points to 9.93% up last week to 6,484.06. It is already beyond the 6,000 psychological point. Let's analyze that later. MOEX Russia is up 0.61% to 281670. Singapore's SDI up 0.17% to 2537.39. FTSE 100 of UK down 1% to 5860.28. Dow Jones Industrial Average, after many weeks of going up, it's now down by 0.95% this week to 28,335.57. NASDAQ is down 1.06% to 11,548.28, and S&P 500 broader shares is down 0.53% to 3,465.39. So average wise, we have 0.38% up this week for the 22 indices. So indeed, the Philippines is leading the way with 9.93%. No one comes close to our country. Yeah. Okay, so we have here the first the NZX, yeah, NZX 50. Let's look at the flow here. We have the moving average, 200 day, the green, 75 day, 50 day. So this is a confirmed bullish trend. RSI is at 68. It's nearing overbought, but it's not yet overbought. The MACD is bullish with the last crossover happening beginning of October. ADX also points to a bullish trend. We have the buyers at 33.47, outnumbering the sellers at 16.55. And the trend line is strong at 29.53. Yeah, so that's a nice um, market right there for NZX. So let's look at Dow Jones Industrial Average of the US. And the DJI is down this week. Last Friday it was also down by 28 points to 28,335.57. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let's look at the 3-month view. We have, oh no, where's the moving average indicator? There's no moving average here. Moving average, we have the 75, yes. Then we have the 200. Okay, so we have the 200 day, not 200 day, but yeah, it's 200 day, yes. 200 day or 200 period average, 75 period, and the 50 period. Again, the price is still above the 50 day, the 75 day, and the 200 day, so it's bullish. We have um, the price touching briefly the upper band of the Bollinger last October 12, and it's now not really downward, but it's giving off some steam. You can see here the movement of the price from green candle to red candle through this. RSI is at the neutral zone at 54. We have MACD lesser than the signal. So there's a crossover that happened last Wednesday, Friday, Thursday, yeah, Wednesday, and it's a bearish crossover. We have the bears outnumbering the bulls, 24 to 21, but the trend line is weak at 12. So we're still not sure about the next movement of the market. This is a ranging market. Okay. Next is the stocks 50 of Europe. Okay. So we have the Euro stocks 50, October 23. Yes, it's a green candle. We have the 200 day average at 3227, which coincides with the 50-day average. The 75-day is above the 200-day, but the 50-day is below, right? So, and then the crossover of the short term and the intermediate term happened last September 23. It's a bearish crossover on the short term, and we have a sell-off starting last October 13 for Euro stocks. Although the last Friday's candle is a green candle. Yeah, so there's hope. RSI is 45, neutral. We have MACD still bearish with MACD also lower than the signal line 13 to 9. We have confirmation about that in the ADX. We have the sellers 31.53 outnumbering the buyers at 20.26. The trend line though is a bit weak at 17. Yeah, so we are still awaiting for the true signal of the market of Euro stocks. I think it's going to move up. The green candle last Friday is quite a strong move for the market. So let's see what happens next for Euro stocks. Next would be the Philippine Stock Exchange Index. Yes, this is of course our favorite. And let's see what's happening over here in the Philippines. So we have crossed the 6,484, the 6,000 psychological level last October 19. Yeah. So Monday is a strong move. We have this week all green candles. But let's be wary of this because if you see, the green candles have already pierced the Bollinger Bands, and the Bollinger Bands is now undergoing a major breakout. It's a bullish breakout, and I'm sure that there will be some corrections here. We have the RSI already at overbought levels. Look at MACD. Again, the crossover happening last October 16. Yes, because of that, we have 5 green candles happening. We have the sellers, the buyers outnumbering the sellers 52 to 10 with a very strong trend line at 22. But still, let's be aware of this as correction might follow. We don't know how deep the correction is going to be, but right now it's still trending up. But RSI is a bit shaky there. We are nearing, if not already at overbought regions. That's for the PSEI. Okay, let's go there. After the PSEI, we have the ISEC 20 of Ireland. Okay, the ISEC 20 of Ireland closed 8 points or 0.76% last Friday, up to 1,156.99. Alright, so moving average wise, we have the 200-day average below the 75-day average, below the 50-day average, and then below the price. So it's a confirmed uptrend. But last week we have mixed signals. We have 3 bear candles and 2 bull candles. RSI is still neutral at 55. We have a bearish crossover happening last October 20. Last crossover is a bearish crossover. And we have that confirmed in the ADX with sellers outnumbering the buyers 28 to 25. Although the trend line is weak at 13 or 12.52. So we're still waiting for some clearer signals here, but the crossover of MACD, which points to bearishness, is of course going to affect the market next week. That's ISEC. FTSE of England, FTSE of England was up 1.29% last Friday. It's up 74.63 points. If you will look at the moving average, the 200-day is above the 75-day, above the 50-day, and also above the price. Yeah, so this is bearish. We have the ADX 30, sellers outnumbering the buyers 30 to 20. The trend line is 16, weak, but it's strengthening. We have the RSI at 46, so still a neutral zone, and we have a bearish crossover for MACD happening last October 20. So Everything is not well with FTSE 100. Okay, let's look at the broader S&P 500 for the US is at 3465.39, up 0.34% last Friday. We have the price above the 50-day, above the 75-day, above the 200-day. So this is a confirmed bullish trend for S&P 500. RSI is only at 56 on neutral. We have the crossover for MACD happening last in October 20. It's a bullish crossover, although right now we have another crossover happening last Friday. It's a bearish crossover, but very tight to call. 24.52 versus 25.42, just 1 point. But MACD is negative, the signal 0.91. ADX is also close. The sellers 24.73 outnumbering the buyers 24.11, but the trend line is weak at 13. So this may be a signal for correction for the Dow Jones, for the S&P 500. Now we go to Nifty 50 of India. Okay, so Nifty 50 of India 11930.35. We have the price above the 50-day, above the 75-day, above the 200-day. So it's a confirmed bullish trend for the Indian market. 62 is the RSI, so still neutral, but almost nearing overbought. We have the MACD still bullish. The last crossover is a bullish crossover happening last October 5. We have the buyers outnumbering the sellers 30 to 15, and the trend line is strong at 23. Yeah, so very nice numbers for Nifty 50. How about Nikkei 225 of Japan? Nikkei 225 of Japan up 0.18% or 42 points last Friday. But it's a red candle. How come? Oh no, this is not, it's not updated. Yes, so this is now updated, right? Yes, it's a red candle, but it's still up. I mean, compared to the previous day. So yeah. So we have the price above the 50-day, above the 75-day, above the 200-day. So it's a bullish market for Japan. RSI is at 53, so it's neutral still. We have the MACD below the signal line, so it's bearish a little bit with MACD. Crossover happening around October 21. The bears have it at ADX, outnumbering the sellers 23.9 to 22.78, but it's really a ranging market. Look at the strength of the trend line, only at 7. You need that to be 20 and above. So Nikkei 225, we're not yet sure about that. AllOrdinaries of Australia up, well, down 10 points last Friday, 0.16%. Yeah, so this is where it is. Although the price is above the 50-day, above the 75-day, above the 200-day, it's still bullish. But if you will note this, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 piercings in the upper band of the Bollinger, and afterwards it's followed by a red candle and it's starting to go down. So that can be a signal of an impending bearish sentiment. So also you can see that in MACD, look at the change of the color from green to red, and that was the time also of the red candle. It's almost a crossover happening, but still MACD is above the signal line, still 72 to 63. Over at ADX, still bullish, 29 to 21. That's the buyers outnumbering the sellers, and the trend line is 23. So it's a strong trend. That's AllOrdinaries of Australia. Now let's go over to Hang Seng of Hong Kong. Okay, Hang Seng of Hong Kong. Hang Seng Index is 24,918. Three green candles for this week. It's almost near the upper band of the Bollinger, but we have the 200-day above the 75-day, although the price is above the 75-day and above the 50-day. So we are receiving some mixed signals here. Yeah, so it came from an uptrend and now going to a sideward trading. It went down a bit, and this is where the bearishness came from. And now it's trying to move up, trying to be bullish. Yeah, RSI is at 61, still neutral, but almost overbought. We have the last crossover in MACD happening last October 6. Now the MACD is on the signal line 110 to negative 14. That's a strong move for the Hang Seng Index. We have also the buyers outnumbering the sellers 29 to 18, but the trend line is still weak at 17. So it's still a ranging market for Hang Seng. MOEX of Russia. MOEX of Russia up 0.48% to 2,816 last Friday, October 23. Yes. So we have the 200-day average, 75-day average above the 200-day average. The 50-day is above the 75, but the last crossover is a bearish crossover happening last October 9. So the market is trending down and the price is even below the 200-day average. So this is not really that good if you look at it. We have the RSI at 42, which is still neutral. MACD is bearish. The last crossover happening last October 6, bearish crossover. And if you will look at the longer period, we have the major crossover happening last August 20, and since then it has already gone down so much in prices. So bears have it 27 to 14, and the trend line is at 27 also. So this is a major breakout, and the breakout happened to be bearish. Now let's go over to STI Singapore. STI Singapore is at 2537.39, up 8.98 points or 0.36% last Friday. Yes. Let's look at the 1 month view. Okay, let's look at the 3 month view again. So if you will look at the 3 month view, we have the green 200-day above the 75-day versus 75-day. I can't see it. Let's look at the 6 month view. Yes, the 200-day above the 75-day, above the 50-day, but the price is above the 50-day. So we are seeing maybe a start of some bullish trend happening with the short term. Yes, 54 is the RSI, so still neutral. We have MACD at, well, almost equal, 6.76 above the signal line, 6.31. That's a crossover, nevertheless. Not pretty defined, but it's a crossover. Also, if you will look at the ADX, we still have the sellers outnumbering the buyers 20 to 19. Almost 20, almost equal. But the trend line is really not there. So it's only at 12, so it's a ranging market. So that's STI for you. ASX 200 of Australia. ASX 200 of Australia is at 6,167 0.00. It's down 0.11% or 6.8. So we look at this. Look at the move of Australia. Same as the AllOrdinaries. And then a bit of sell-off happening October 14 and now moving sidewards. Yes. The 50-day average is at 6,068. We have the price above it. We have the 50-day above that, and then 75-day, and then the 200-day. So it's a bullish market actually in Australia. We have also a bullish MACD, and the last crossover happening around October 5. The buyers have it 31 to 21 with a strong trend line of 28. Yeah. So that's ASX 200. NASDAQ of US is at 11,548.28, up 42.28 points last Friday, or up 0.37%. So this is where it is. Look at this. It has pierced the upper band of the Bollinger last October 13, and after that, we have some sell-off happening. Actually, the move last Friday was a tenacity move. Yes, it has grown resilient with the selling of the market. Look at RSI, still 55. Again, neutral. We have MACD below the signal line, so it's a bullish. It's a bearish crossover happening. And we have also the sellers outnumbering the buyers 24 to 23, and the trend line is very very small at 13. So NASDAQ, we're not yet sure about that, the direction, I mean. So DAX, Germany, 12,645.75, 102.69 points up last Friday, or 0.82%. Yes. So we have gone down to the lower band of the Bollinger, and afterwards it bounced back. But this is not yet the signal that we're really looking for to accumulate. So we have the 75-day above the 50-day, but the price is below that, and we have the 200-day still below. So it's like it's a bullish market, but it's now threatening to lose control of it and start the sell-off, but it's being resilient. RSI is at 44, so neutral zone yet. We have the MACD bearish with bearish crossover happening October 19. Or over at EDX, we have the sellers outnumbering the buyers 36 to 22. The trend line is just at 17, so we're not yet sure about this. So that's DAX for you. Now we have N100, which is the Euronext N100 of Europe, of course. 979.97. Last Friday was a green candle. We saw also the changing of the colors of the volume because of the uptrend last Friday. 50 is the RSI, so it's still neutral. We have the MACD above the signal. No, the signal line is still above the MACD, 1.95 to 1.32. So it's really not clear with MACD. With ADX, we have the sellers outnumbering the buyers 34 to 27, but the trend line is really not that strong at 13. So that's N100 for you. We have the Sensex of India coming up. S&P, BSE, Sensex, 40,685.50. Yes. We have the price above the 50-day, above the 75-day, above the 200-day. So this is a confirmed bullish trend. We have the long wait for the trend to come. And this is the narrowness of the market that happened from August to about September, so 1 month. We have the RSI at 63. 63. We have the MACD above the signal line, so bullish market indeed. And we have the buyers outnumbering the sellers 30 to 15, with trend line very strong at 24. Yes. Jakarta, just a few more to go. Jakarta Composite Index from Indonesia, it's now at 5112.19. Last Friday's candle was a red candle. It briefly touched the upper band of the Bollinger, and then it's followed by a red candle. So this is usually a signal of weakness. We have the 200-day average above the 75-day, above the price, and the price is just hovering about the 75-day average. The 50-day is below that, so it's still bullish in this way. We have the RSI still at 55, so neutral, and we have the MACD above the signal line 16.96 to 5.61, and the buyers outnumbering the sellers 26 to 25, but the trend line is not that strong. Okay, we have last 1 2 3 4, and then okay, the next one is the Bursa Malaysia, FTSE Bursa Malaysia KLCI. We have KLCI at 1494.64. Closing in, it's a red candle last Friday. Volume is also red. And we have the 75-day above the 50-day. But the price is above the 200-day average. So it's still bullish in the short term. We wait for future signals for this. We have RSI at 43, still neutral. We have MACD slightly lesser than the signal line, but it's still bearish really, the region. We have the ADX sellers outnumbering the buyers 25 to 14, and the trend line is not that strong. What's that? Okay, so now we go to KOSPI of Korea. KOSPI of Korea is at 2,360.81. It's up 0.24% last Friday. That's supposed to be green, yeah, but the price really went down on that day. Okay, so we have the 75-day above the 200-day. So 200-day is really very small, and then the 50-day, and we have the price above the 50-day average. Yeah, so RSI still neutral, and we have the MACD lesser than the signal line, 0.74 to 2.4. We have the sellers outnumbering the buyers 29 to 22, but the trend line is really not there, non-existent. We have the last two, starting with CAC 40, which is the stock market index of France. Alright, so France is at 4909.64, up 1.2%. So we have the 200-day above the 75-day above the price, but the price is above the 50-day average of the Bollinger. So we can still see here sell-off happening, but then the resilience of the CAC 40 is prevalent when we see the green candle moving about. So we have MACD, RSI at 50, still neutral. We have MACD slightly better than the signal line, but this is very tough to call. And the sellers outnumbering the buyers 29 to 20, but the trend line is really weak. Okay, last we have the NCX, but I think we already analyzed the NCX. It's the first chart that we did. So that's all for the analysis of the markets. We have 22 indices in 17 countries for week 43. And we have the analysis, the presentation of the averages of all the indices that we are tracking. We have not tracked, I think what we miss in the tracking of indices or the indices of China, which is very much needed, especially in Asia. So that's it for now. I know this is a very long video. I'm sorry for that. I hope to see you next time. Thank you for watching. See you on the other side. Bye.